I'm gonna tell you how we built this koi pond out of mostly recycled materials or inexpensive materials that you can find on your own, or you might have some of these things laying around that you can use, or maybe know someone that has these items. We actually built this koi pond. We're going to first talk about the actual hole that we dug. So went to Home Depot, rented an excavator. It was about $230 plus tax, and we rented it for 24 hours. We dug a U-shaped hole. It's about 4 feet deep, 10 feet wide. I went to the Craigslist and purchased a pool liner that someone had ordered. It was brand new in the box, but it was the wrong size, so they couldn't use it. It's a 20 by 30 pool liner, and so most of them have a 15 to 20 year warranty on them. You do have to be careful not to puncture them. Some of the actual pond liners are thicker rubber, but you can use a swimming pool liner, or if you know someone that's tearing down a swimming pool, they may have one that's still good that you can use. So what I did is used concrete blocks to build up these side waterfalls. So you set your concrete blocks around, and then you pull the liner up over it, and you kind of stagger them to make like steps, and then you put the rocks, which we found mostly around our farm. I did purchase some from the local rock, I guess, landscaping supply company, some of the flat river rocks and the round rocks. Put some pea gravel down in between. We planted some plants down in between the rocks. Used a pickle barrel to make a filter system, and we use these knuckles that you can purchase at Home Depot that seal from the inside and out. It's like screws on both sides, and plumbed it in. And I did use a hard pipe to go down into the water system, as you can see maybe. And purchased a pump from Lowe's Home Supply that is an underwater pump. It pumps about 600 gallons per minute. When you're purchasing a pump, you want to make sure that the pump is half of whatever the amount of gallons for your pond is. This one we figured being 4 feet deep, 10 feet wide, about 30 feet long, or actually about 25 feet long, and we figured it would hold about 1,000 gallons of water. So we figured half of that, 600 gallons per minute, should be sufficient.
Per hour?
I mean per hour. So then inside this barrel, we have the plumbing going inside, pumping up out of the pond into this pickle barrel. And then I'm going to show you the inside. I just have a pot sitting on top.
Come on, Sam. Come on, Mikey.
Inside the pickle barrel, I have some bio balls in these bags. And also inside, I have a piece of filtration system that you can buy at your local landscaping supply. It just helps catch debris. But you can also use an air filter system that you can get, say, at Home Depot. One of the green filtration systems. It's kind of coarse, but it'll catch debris also. But what I found out is you can use a biological system, which works best. I found after I built the filtration system for this one, I went ahead and built another waterfall on this side, because what I found out is the plants themselves will filter the water if you put enough plants. So what I did was I took an actual old tractor tire. This round piece that you see is a tractor tire sitting up on some blocks with dirt down in it, and then I took some pond liner I purchased at Home Depot, and then I draped it over the tractor tire, and then I put rocks around it. Now these rocks I actually did concrete around because kids tend to like to climb up on it. I didn't want anything to fall off on their little feet and break a little foot. Stacked the rocks down in here, put me some pond plants in here, and it's taken about 3 weeks, and this is actually the first day that is actually clear to where I can see my fish and I can see the bottom of the pond. So the biological system is working, and I also bought the natural bacteria that you can get at Home Depot, your local place, Farm Supply or Lowe's, Home Depot. It's the bacteria that you put into water. It helps the biological system to help build what it needs in order to be natural, eco-friendly. So there's all my goldfish. I have one koi, a black koi there. So the ammonia from the fish feed the plants, and the plants filter the ammonia out of the water, and it helps all the biological system work. I built an arbor towards the back because I do weddings here. I went to my local scrap yard to repurpose this old metal gate, and I went to a local like thrift type store, found this beautiful chandelier that we hung up, and then we built a bridge across the pond. Now this I did buy new supplies for. I bought 2 4x4 by 16 foot and 1 6x6 by 16 foot board for the middle supports. And what I did was I put the 6x6 in the middle, the 4x4s on the outside, and then I laid them across the pond, put some 4x4s and dug some footing, put concrete in to support the outside here. We cut an old cedar log off the farm to make the step, and then we drilled some holes and drove some rebar here and here to hold it so that it doesn't turn over when people step on it. After we laid our beams across, we began to nail. We bought 8-foot pieces of decking, treated decking, and we put 4-foot pieces across. We screwed them actually all the way across. Then we attached our 4x4 post here, put a 2x4 piece and screwed it in actually to each 4x4 to brace it. And then at Home Depot we bought this natural jute rope that we ran through the post to give it kind of like that feeling of a pier, and then tied knots at the ends, and then we drove some nails into here just to keep it from slipping if someone pulls on it. So there's our pond system, do it yourself. We banked up, I was telling you also, we banked up the dirt here, mounded it up on the edges, pulled the liner over that, and then put the rocks on it. So you can do it yourself. It makes a beautiful pond and sounds wonderful. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it's been helpful for you. I'll have more do-it-yourself tips soon.